Alright, this is my weekly outlook for next week. I'm just gonna go straight into uh, like what I want to happen next week in my levels, because from the past outlooks I've seen, I don't really go over my levels too much, so I'm gonna do that in this one. So pretty much, what's it called? I really want to see bullishness for next week, but on the fear and greed index, we're at extreme fear, which is kinda strange, or not really strange. Like, it's a little, not the best for the market. People are selling off all their positions. I think it's because of the war going on. I think Trump is planning to attack Iran more. So, um, I think people are worried about that and are just selling their stocks. So we we may see a gap down. However, I really want to see bullishness for next week in terms of like AMT and um, structure pretty much. So the reason why is because we are pretty deviated right now from VWAP. Just looking at VWAP, we're really below value. Um, and we had a very aggressive buying till at this low, right? Which kind of shows us, buyers, there's when we found a price and we aggressively bought price back up, and this tail kind of shows the potential start of a momentum shift from sellers to buyers. um they pushed it up pretty aggressively considering this big down move, but we have objectives for buyers, right? These single prints and to rebalance from last week. um and let me go over my levels now. So I have this zone right here. So I have this marked out. Wait, let me actually let me do this real quick. Here to look right here. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright. These are my main levels for next week. I don't think we'll get up here. I have this one right here. Just because we could see this is a 180 day VP, and we have the extreme of this as well as a big low volume zone right here, and it's aligning with this composite extreme on the 2 day. We could see time and volume really faded off at this level. We could kind of see, and just while looking at structure, right, we tapped this extreme multiple times. We kind of had a failed auction down below. We use this as fuel for sellers to push price back down. We got a little retest of this balance area down here that we created. We retest the extreme. Sellers push it down. But this is my one of my main levels for next week, as well as this one. I really like this level a lot because we have a 3 day composite profile, which it aligns with, right? There's balance here. And, we could see when we dipped out of value on this 2 day, we kind of tested this like 3 times and we dumped. So, yeah, I want to see how we play off of that. If we get acceptance up here, I'll just be playing the extremes. And then I have this up here. And I think this is a really good level because we see this extreme right here. It aligns with the kind of the extreme on this volume profile, right? On this composite. Yeah, on this composite, which we see we bounced here, and we dipped out, and we had reactions. So we eventually on these 2 days, We tested the extreme twice and we dumped, and it's also aligning, with the extreme of this 2-day composite right over here that we kind of created. I don't know. We kind of merged these two together because we have some balance right over here. But yeah, it's kind of aligning with the extreme of this, composite. Um, so yeah, those are kind of what I'm gonna be playing off of next week. Um, I still gotta see, how we react at these levels, because I'm not just gonna be blindly entering off of these levels. Like, I need conviction that the level's gonna play out. So I'm gonna try my best to read the order flow and look at TPO structure and see, how we played off of the extremes of these profiles, because they're not bound to work out. It's wholly up to me. Uh, but yeah, also on the weekly, right, we're lots of excess. Barely any volume transacted here, so I think buyers could move price up through this area pretty quickly. But yeah.